What's up, guys? Zach from Team Brock here, bringing you another deck profile on the Helmet series. Last time was Boojins, this time we got EVILSWARM. I just picked this core up for really cheap, so I figured I'd throw this together. So getting into it, one Rabbit, because first turn Ophion is nice. Basically, you want to just be throwing Ophion on the board with Floodgates, so Rabbit's a good way to get to it. One Thunder King. Yes, you do search in this deck, but disclaimer, now I'm playing Thunder King and Mistakes just to, shut down things like Necros and Cosmos from doing their searching, stop the Farm Girl, stop the Cosmo Town. So if you can just set this up with back row, it's just really good against a lot of decks in the meta. Onto the EVILSWARM stuff. 3 Castor, Staple, Warrior, Searcher. You can search them with Rhoda, is what I meant to say. So additional normal summon, really good. 3 Thunderbird. I like 3 just because it's another thing to summon off of your caster. Or if you have Mandragora, you can normal summon this. It's just like a really good card to get around like everything. Even if you open this guy with back row, it's not completely awful because you can just kind of play Chain Beat for a little while. Because I am playing a lot of traps in this build. 3 Kirkion, because he recycles all your shit. Banish 1, add 1 back, it's a normal summon again. Amazing card. 3 Heliotrope. Literally just a beat stick, can't be Fiendish Chained, which is kind of cool. Drawing him in multiples is obviously really bad because then your Rabbit becomes dead, but the likelihood of that happening are pretty slim. 2 Mandragora. I don't like 3, just a little bit cloggy, but 2 is a perfect number in my opinion. So that's all the monsters. Onto the spells. 3 Rhoda, because it gets you to Castor, which is really, really good. It's there's another way to draw Castor in your opening hand, and if you draw Castor, you most likely have opened Ophion. So 3 Rhoda. 2 Pandemic. Just 2. It's searchable, and it also isn't that amazing right now because traps aren't really that relevant in the meta. However, you play Torrential, and so you can protect your monster from Torrential and then Torrential their board, which is cool. 1 Raigeki, 1 Book, and there's the 1 MST. I'm only playing 1 in basically every deck I'm playing right now just because I want to have the 1 out to the Vanities or other main decked Floodgates or anything. So I've just been playing 1 MST and it's been working really well in any of my decks because it's just, you can't really play when your opponent locks you under a Floodgate game 1 and you only have the 1 MST. If you don't have the 1 MST in your deck, you have no outs. So at least if you have the 1 MST, you have an out in your deck. So that's why. Traps. 3 Fiendish and 2 Breakthrough because Trish is a thing. There's lots of effects you want to be negating, so I felt like this was perfect. Double Mirror Force and double D Prison. I'm kind of messing around with these. They've been pretty good. People don't really expect them, and these are mostly just for Winda and other threats. The staple stuff, all really good. You want to open Ophion plus traps, so these are just more good traps to have. The 1 Infection. This card is really great because it lets you make your bad hands better. Like, the main play you usually go for with this is late game, or mid to late game you go for Kirkion, but you can always, if you get this early, you can always just swap out for a Castor and then make your Ophion plays. And then the 2 Mistake, as I mentioned earlier, this is mostly just for the meta. Yes, you do search with Ophion, but like I said before, the pandemics aren't too potent these days. And when they are, you can always just side these out if you need to. But because you're not playing, because this isn't a meta deck, you need to play these. So that's the main deck, 40 cards. Onto the extra. Triple Ophion, because he's your boss monster. He's the main reason this deck stays good. Right now in this format, besides Necros and Shadows, there's not a ton of level 5 or higher, but as long as there are level 5 or higher, this deck is always decent. So 3 Ophion because he's the best monster. One Bahamut. It comes up sometimes. A rank 4 Big Eyes, pretty good. The cost can kind of be annoying, but you know, he comes up sometimes. For the staples, one E-Knight, because he's an EVILSWARM. You can protect him with Pandemic. That can also neg 1 you, so you can use his effect. Castor, 101, Diamond Dyer, Kangorian. He comes up a lot more than in other decks because he is really good backed up with back row. One Dweller for BA. Ragna, Rhapsody for the Necroz matchup. One Ship. Utopia. This could be something else, obviously, like a Giant Hand, or if you have the money for that, or like maybe an Emerald or something else. But for now, it's just this. And the Cowboy for game. So that's the EVILSWARM deck. Let me know what you guys think about that. If you like the mistakes, if you have other tech choices you like playing in this deck, let me know in the comments below. This is Team Rock signing out.